After you leave Levinyara, your job is to get to the boat. The route back is not particularly difficult. You're not going to actually need to use a lot of ammo. And depending on how you did in Pixatech, you may feel like you're low on ammo. In general, you shouldn't worry about this, but it's worth thinking through how to maximize the potential ammo that you're going to get. As we've seen in previous places in the game does have this ammo drop system where if you're below certain thresholds, you will start to get additional rounds of ammo. The key threshold that's going to be in operation here is 12 rounds for all bullets. Now, you can see right here, in this playthrough, I had a really good Pixatech, and at the moment, I've got 16 rounds of ammo. So, when I hop over this fence, there's two places where they can spawn ammo.
Let's do it.
And we're not going to see anything here. If I had 12 rounds or less, I get a pistol round there. These pills will always be there. And when I get inside here, also, there would be a rifle round here if I had 12 rounds or less. We will be back here in the morning, and so we can use this to our advantage if we have low ammo. I ran through Pixatech one more time, and this time I deliberately used up more ammo. So now we have a total of 8 rounds. So now when we go through, we should see the extra ammo.
Aquarium's right there. Let's do it.
And you can see there's one pistol round right there. Now, in this case, if you are near the 12 round limit, the strats that I'm going to show you to get through the rest of today don't require you to use any bullets. So, if you leave this bullet here, it will still be here in the morning when we come back. There's also ammo that can spawn on the boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this round here, and I'm going to leave the rifle round that we will see in the next area. This one right here. We're going to leave both of those for tomorrow. Since I have 8 rounds, it wouldn't exactly matter. If I were at, say, 11 rounds or something like that, then it would matter because taking those would push me over 12, and then the rounds in the boat won't spawn. Notice I just picked up the shotgun holster. If I had picked up the shotgun holster in Chinatown, we would have gotten the long gun holster here. If you're at exactly 12 rounds, you've got a decision to make. This hunting pistol ammo is only available here this evening. You're not going to be able to, even though you can get back into this area, these boxes are gone the next day, so you can't climb back up here, unfortunately. So if you're at exactly 12 rounds, maybe you waste a round before you drop in and take the hunting pistol ammo. A pistol round isn't going to hurt you to lose it, so might be worth your while to do that. This is an area where we just want to get through it. We don't want to get grabbed by any stalkers, or certainly not by any clickers. We're going to be back here in the morning, and so we can pick up the loot that's here then. If you pick it up now, nothing respawns, including these throwables. You can see there's a clicker there. There's also a stalker that tends to be on the right in the middle there. So I'm just kind of going here. We're going to climb up here. There's also a bottle up here that you can take. Now you can see I've come close enough to start these two moving. There's a stalker. We're just going to run past them all. I just waited for the clicker and the Seraphite runner to get out of the way there before we went in, and then we just jumped into the water, and we're through that.
It's rough.
This also is extra ammo. All the ammo we see here, we're going to take. By being low ammo coming in here and not picking up the other stuff, we give ourselves the opportunity to pick up even more ammo here. This one also only spawns in if you're low.
In their sleep.
Crouch immediately. I'm going to go into photo mode. Below decks, there are 2 runners at the end of this hallway. There's a runner at the top of the stairs. There's 2 other runners on this deck and 2 clickers just on the deck above us. When we get to the upper deck, there's even more infected. Important thing to know about this encounter. If you go through this, all the below deck areas, and kill 3 or fewer enemies, there are these 2 runners up top that don't appear. If you kill 4 or more enemies, or you do a restart encounter, which obviously is not an issue for permadeath, but if you're practicing, if you do a restart encounter, these extra 2 enemies will appear. So I'm going to go through here and show you. There are some pills at the end there, but I personally don't think you actually need them. So I'm just going to ignore those 2. And we're just going to go right up to this one. Stealth kill him. Okay, that's 1. Now we're going to go in here. We're going to pick up the loot here. The clicker is coming our way. We want to get the loot and get prone here. Now, you do have to be careful. There's some weird stuff in this. Again, I'm going to go into photo mode so the clicker doesn't go past me while I'm talking. There's some weird things that happen in this boat. Walls that look solid aren't necessarily solid to the clicker's perceptions. And so what I have found here is if Abby's legs are right up in the corner here, pushed up against the wall, the clicker senses that, it sees that, and will alert. So when I'm waiting for the clicker to walk past us, I'm just staying out here sort of in the middle of the room. If you're worried, you can get the shotgun out just in case. But the clicker is just going to walk past us. We're just going to let it go past. It'll go right down the hallway. And hopefully we'll go in a different direction. Now, if you used a bottle to get out of the other previous area, there's a bottle there. We're going to want that bottle because what I'm going to do, you can see there's a clicker here in this hallway. I want to go through that hallway. So we're going to throw the bottle over here towards that doorway. And we're waiting for the clicker to go past us. Okay. We're going to pick up this bottle and I'm going to go prone. If you move too quickly here in crouch, the clicker can hear you. And so now we're just past that clicker. We're safe. There is a runner here. Now you can avoid it But since I've only killed one so far, it's easier just to kill this second one. Having done that, when we get up here, we have 2 fewer enemies to deal with.
Is this whole damn boat infested?
Now we do want the stuff in the safe, so we're gonna kill this runner. And get in the safe. Okay, so I'm going on the left side. Now, if you have killed 4 or more, there will be a runner right here in the area where I'm going. But because there's not, I'm safe. There's a clicker in this middle room. We're just... Abby, it would really help me if you prone dive correctly. There would also be a runner inside this room right here. Now you can see we have this one runner right here. There's a couple of different ways we can deal with him. I'm gonna go in and kill him. Again, I gotta wait before I hop in here. It's easier hopping in this window than creeping past the shambler. All right. Again, I'm gonna wait another cycle. So the way I'm doing this here, I'm trying to avoid using my crossbow at all, so that I have lots of crossbow bolts for the clickers later on. You could, of course, use a crossbow bolt here if you wanted. All right. The bottle is just in case I accidentally get spotted. We're waiting for him to turn. Okay. Now we can grab him here, and we're far enough away from this sleeping clicker that we won't be heard. Okay? So now that he's gone, we can just creep our way to the door, and we're out. This runner is the 4th runner. There is a door right here that you can go out, and you can sneak past this guy. If you're going to sneak past him, crouch and go and give him some distance. Let me show you what happens here if you try crawling prone past this guy. See? Don't ask me why. For some reason, the fact that that looks like a solid barrier doesn't matter. Crawling past a runner alerts the runner. It's just one of those weird things. It seems totally logical. Just prone past him so he doesn't see. But no, you just want to crouch walk past him and you'll be fine. Okay? Go out the door, crouch, not prone. So now I'm going to show you what happens here if we kill 4 or more. I'm going to kill exactly 4 runners here. By the way, I have tested the 4 or more thing with all the different combinations of enemies below decks. It's any 4. Like if I kill 2 clickers and 2 runners, it doesn't really matter what I do in terms of my enemy choice. Just any 4 will cause the extra runners to spawn. All right, so you will see there's an infected right there come at us. So that's one of the 2 extra spawns that you get when you kill 4 or more. Now we can still basically do the same strat. It's just going to take a little bit of extra work. Okay, so I'm just waiting for him to come all the way towards us and then turn before we grab him. I'm going to be waiting behind this crate. You'll see the second runner. There he is, right inside. This one is a pain in the ass, because this one is completely likely to see us when we're going for the door. So I do want to kill him. Stealth killing him without anybody else seeing you is kind of tricky. Also, I'm waiting here behind this crate instead of that wall, you know, with the windows in it, because that wall with the windows in it is another one of these invisible walls. The runner will see right through it. I can be hiding behind it, and when he comes up to it, he'll see it. He'll alert just the way we saw that other runner. So here, when he stops, I'm just going to crossbow him in the butt. The reason why I'm using the crossbow is I might actually get that bolt back. If I don't, it's still okay. I'm only using the 1 bolt. We're fine. Given that I waited to explain that to you, I'm going to now wait for the runner to do another cycle before I go in. And now, having killed those 2 extra runners, we can basically do the same thing that we were doing before. Look, I even got my arrow back. Aim for the butt. There's a high likelihood you'll get, a higher likelihood at least, that you'll get the bolt back if you hit the runner in the butt. Once we go down into this area, we have this encounter with 7 Seraphites, including 2 brutes. It is best not to try to fight your way out of this. And there are 2 basic stealth strats through here, and I'm going to demonstrate both of them. The first one, this is the one that I usually do myself. We go on the left side here. You should always have a brick or a bottle to start. We're going to grab that stuff that we missed the last time.
At least I know he's alive.
So there will be a guy coming here.
What about their mother?
And under most circumstances, he will come towards us and then turn around. Every once in a while, he has an RNG where he wants to jump over the barrier. The brick is out for that eventuality. If he starts to move toward the barrier, I immediately brick him before he can jump, pull him back behind this container, and strangle him. And I'm immediately getting behind here because we're about to have the brute come back. Now, you could do this with a crossbow if you wanted, but I'm going to do the next thing with the silencer. So I'm waiting basically for this guy to leave. And we got to keep an eye out on the other brute too. So he's clear. And we can crawl into position while this brute is leaving. But we don't actually want to... What we're going to do is we're going to shoot this woman with a silenced headshot. Immediately get up. Trot, don't run to the door. And we're going to leave. You have to do this immediately because somebody is coming in from the left who will see you if you take too long to do this. This is my preferred strat. If doing either of these, you get caught. Staying down in that area and fighting can be very dangerous. You've got people with rifles and shotguns. They can wreck you pretty quickly. If you can get away, run back up here and cross over that plank.
I'm not falling. Okay.
So here, we're going right. How about we turn dive over here?
At least I know he's alive. What about their mother?
I heard she was abstaining from food and water.
So we want to get behind this barrier before the brute passes us so she doesn't see. Once she's clear, we can crawl under here. Now there's a guy who's patrolling right here. You can see him right there. We have to wait for him. Throw the brick there. And get him... Don't stand up past that area because you will be seen by the woman at the doorway. Right? Alright, she's turned. We climb up here. We come at this woman right here from the side. And we don't do anything to her. She will not hear us. She's deaf. The noise of this opening does not alert her. You can see she's still sitting there completely oblivious to us. And we're out. So that's another possibility.